Shout out to VHS Archive. What a legend.
Yo, and now we're getting hyped, and now we're getting hyped, chat! And now we're getting hyped! 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 Yeah! What the fuck is up, chat? How is everyone doing? I hope you all had a great weekend. What is up? And finally, he answers the question regarding Kanye West. Will he disavow the black schizophrenic that molested his cousin, identifies as a cuck, fantasizes about raping white women, parades his white wife around naked, so on and so forth? Will Fuentes claims to be Jesus Christ. Will he push back on any of it? Let's see.
What type of blackmail do they have on Kanye for him to be humiliating himself like that? He was on his knees.
It's not blackmail. What could they even blackmail him with? He said he sucked his cousin's dick.
Yeah. Yeah, he did. And you still support him. Like, that wasn't enough. That's the thing. That's the thing with the Arvil and the Devin Stacks and all these people. Oh, Nick Fuentes said something anti-white. Yeah, he only does that every week. You just noticed? He endorsed Kanye fucking West for president. And someone sent me, I'll just ask the chat the political solution that Nick Fuentes is proposing, because again, I don't know what it is. I constantly am asking, even Groypers, what's the plan? What is the plan? Outside of Nick getting money and influence, what is the political plan? There isn't any. There's just, it's boost his podcast, which is what I've always said.
Not blackmail. What could they even blackmail him with? He said he sucked his cousin's dick.
Well, that guy's and he's smiling about it. Look how happy he is about that. Why does his face look like this? In response to him saying he sucked his cousin's dick, he's not like, what the fuck? He's not disgusted. He can't even hold back the smile. He loves it. Fucking freak. What's up, VHS? Shout out to you.
Literally, what could be worse than that? Like, what would be more dirt than that? He came out and said, not only is he a cuck,
and he's wearing the shirt, he's rocking the shirt. He said he's a cuck, he sucked his cousin's dick, and he's wearing the shirt.
Like an actual sexual cuckold, but also that he sucked his cousin's dick and everything. And you're saying, what kind of blackmail do they have on this guy? What else is there? What else is out there? What else could be out there?
I'm sure there's more. I'm sure there's actually more. Believe it or not, I do believe there's probably more.
Or a swastika t-shirt. He posted his favorite porn video on Twitter. He admitted to being a cuck and sucking his cousin's dick. And you're saying he got blackmailed? He did that himself. He said those things himself. I don't even know what would be left at that point. So no, I think he just, look.
And he knew about Ali Akbar, brought him in and promoted him, so just like you. Nick dropped the Pepsi Nitro and drinking Fresca. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that is, but the Pepsi Nitro shit's disgusting. Plan right now is Nick getting rich off of the red-brown anti-Zionist coalition. Yeah, I mean, obviously. And everyone else that's like trying to hang off of his balls is doing the same. But it's like, you know that the guy doesn't actually believe anything and that he himself is like an evil gremlin piece of shit that not only has gone after countless white people and their families, but like gone after children, gone after like white children that have been run over by fucking blacks. So he admits that it wasn't blackmail, that he willingly went to the rabbi, just like he willingly sucked his cousin's penis and is willingly a cuckold.
Literally, what could be worse than that? Like, what would be more dirt than that? He came out and said, not only is he a cuck, like an actual sexual cuckold, but also that he sucked his cousin's dick and everything. And you're saying, what kind of blackmail do they have on this guy? What else is there? What else is out there? What else could be out there? He wore a swastika t-shirt. He posted his favorite porn video on Twitter.
All of which you supported.
He admitted to being a cuck and sucking his cousin's dick. And you're saying he got blackmailed? He did that himself. He said those things himself. I don't even know what would be left at that point. So no, I think he just, look, here's the thing about Ye. Here's what I know about him. He's like anybody.
Huh? He's like anybody? I don't know about you, chat. He just listed about 20 things there. Never done that.
We get angry. We get frustrated about things that we have to go through. And then even if we think we're in the right, maybe we regret what we say. I mean, if I had to guess, he's genuinely a caring human being. He's genuinely somebody.
So notice when Donald Trump does, I don't know, when Donald Trump drops a bomb that Nick Fuentes claims is going to bring us to war in Iran, and it never happens. And he claims that he's going to drop a nuke and we're going to be in World War III and it's going to be a whole thing. It doesn't happen. It just doesn't. And we've been waiting for like, what is it? Like 5-6 months, 3, 4, 5, 6 months at this point. And dumbass says, oh, well, Kanye's just an amazing human being. So he felt bad and went to the rabbi. And that's a totally fine explanation for the Groypers and for his audience, for himself, so on and so forth. Totally fine. Totally fine. For his presidential candidate to be hanging out with the rabbi and holding hands and apologizing and so on and so forth. It's totally fine for him that his presidential candidate's sucking his cousin's fucking penis. But Donald Trump or like JD Vance married to an Indian, I think that's cringe, but we're throwing the baby with the bathwater out on that. But if he were to suck his cousin's penis, Nick wouldn't have an issue with that like he does Kanye. Like, give me a fucking break. You see exactly what's going on here. The just sitting here sweeping it up. Sweeping it up. Imagine if he was this charitable. He's never in his life been this charitable to the Trump administration. And this is what he talks about. But when it comes to a guy, a cuckold that sucks his cousin's dick, then Nick sits here and goes, well, it's actually complicated. You see, he went to the rabbi because he's a great person.
Wants people to feel heard and for people to feel loved. Like, this is not a hateful guy. I know him. I've known him for years now, and I've spent a lot of time with him. And I could tell you, he loses his temper and...
Beat me up! Thank you for the gifted sub!
He gets frustrated, but he is not a hateful person at all.
He actually is a loving guy! He loves cock!
He doesn't hate anybody, and he doesn't hold a grudge. He'll crash out over little things, but he doesn't hold a grudge. Even against people that he really should, actually. Like, he's genuinely he's one of the kindest, sweetest.
He started this off by saying like, what are we doing, man? People will sit here and like, the dialogue's just so fucking retarded because who in their right mind that's actually like legitimately doing things or wants to do things in politics, who's endorsing this guy that's fine with sucking 6-year-old penis? I understand that 90% of people that listen to this show are like fucking like insane online, like whatever. But again, politics, I'm talking about the Groypers that are listening, that are lurking. The Groypers that are listening, like, I understand they're all hyper online and they're like, oh dude, irony, they're all whatever. But like 99.99999% of America, I would hope to God. Maybe you know what? Maybe I'm wrong actually with how I guess they cover for the rest of these sick freaks. But just imagine if America like knew all of that shit. And that's why I've said it so many times. There were like 8 New York Times articles or something this week, the Groypers were saying. I think that Grimalis or whatever the fuck his name is, that clipper for Fuentes, he said that there's been 8 articles this week from the New York Times. I don't know if that's even true, but I think he said that they're on article 8, at least for the month. I don't know. 8 articles, not one of them mentions any of this. Not one. Not one person. You are telling me that you're the opposition. Nick Fuentes is the bad guy, and you don't know what you're doing after the 4th, 5th, 6th. You don't know after the 1st. You don't know after the 1st when when you reach out to me and I show you the Ollie Alexander, fucking send it all over there, and they admit that they know about it, but they're not going to cover it. Why? Because they know. They know. And I'm going to keep banging my chest. I'll keep repeating this until I'm fucking out of breath, till I'm dead, till I'm blue in the face. But Fuentes is being propped up for a reason. Not only, I've said it for years, but he's fucking DEI, Richard Spencer. Even his job was replaced by the Mexican. If you are a Jew, if you are an Israeli Jew, if you need one person, who is it? Oh, Nick Fuentes, to sit there and point to, and we've seen it all over the timeline for 2+ weeks, sit there and go, oy vey, oy vey, oy vey, cry out in pain, literally cry out in pain at the boogeyman. Oh my God, anti-Semitism, boogeyman, talk about it. Oh my God, we got to talk about Jews. Jews want to talk about Jews being treated poorly all the fucking time. God forbid we talk about, immigration or something that is fucking raping our country. Let's talk about Kanye West and, let's talk about Nick Fuentes arguing with Mark Levin and make that the number one topic in the right wing. Why is that? New York Times. Why would they do that? Why would they keep shilling this guy? Pretty fucking obvious. Jews working with Jews.